We think that we've really got to study the other person. You don't have to study the other person at all. What is your name? Jason? How are you? Where are you from?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Do we know each other? We don't know each other. Now, I have never met Jason before in my life. I've never read anything about him, but I know Jason. I could shock him with what I know about him. Jason has two distinct sides to his personality. You really do. Now, the one side is dominant. That's the control side. You're going to be the sheriff of the universe at times. It'll be done my way. You know, you married?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, his wife will tell you, this guy is as stubborn as they come. He makes up his mind to do something, he'll go right through a wall to make it happen. But he's got another side of him, and it really bothers him. There's a side of him where you can hurt his feelings just like that, but he doesn't show it. You bottle it up inside. Now, if you don't start expressing it, you're going to have stomach problems. That's an emotional side of you. That's the side of you that says, do it. And the other side says, Jason, don't do it, don't do it. It's about 20% of you that's impulsive. It's very creative. Get it, go, do it right now. You said, no matter, you better study. And you start playing around, and you'll talk yourself out of all kinds of deals. So you've got do it, don't do it going on often in your mind. Do it, don't do it. Do it, don't do it. You know? See, I don't have to wonder if I'm right. I know I'm right. You see? Now, if I'm going to sell Jason something, you're in sales. If I'm going to sell Jason something, here's something I know. He is never going to be broke. If he tells me he can't afford it, I know he's not telling me the truth. What he's really saying to me is, you haven't made me really want what you've got. That's what he's saying. This guy's always got a kicker. He's always got a buck stuck away for a rainy day. And if I'm selling and I understand that, I'll sell him. But if I don't understand that, it's not going to happen. Does that make sense, Jim? Yeah. Jim understands this. He's got a lot of that in him. In fact, I was looking over at this table and I thought, God, if these people don't move around a bit, they're going to have a hell of a time because they all want to be sheriff of the universe. Every one of them. All right? Wouldn't that be an interesting mastermind? My way, no, it's my way. Isn't it? If you're going to take Jason out for something to eat, take him somewhere where he can get his teeth into something. He likes something soft. Not necessarily a lot, but something solid. He's a meat and potato guy. Take him for a steak. He likes that. And if you want somebody to look after the money, he's the guy. If you want somebody to run the show, he's the guy. You know that shy side? It is shy too. That's a shy side, yeah. That sensitive side, that impulsive side, that's an empathetic side. He'll have feelings. He'll pick up your feelings. And the other side's pretty strong. He's going to drive, but he will be sensitive to your needs. Isn't it amazing I know all this about you? It's dead. I know it's dead on you. You don't need to tell me. I know that. All right. Now, like I know you're a man too. And I know you're a woman. You'll say, well, Bob, that is really brilliant. How the hell did you figure that out? See, everybody knows that, but you know something, Jim? Everybody doesn't know that. Babies don't know the difference between a man and a woman. The baby has to become aware of the difference. That's what this is all about. It's about awareness. And the more aware you become, baby, the more it happens. You see, everything's already here. You don't have to get anything. You've just got to be aware that it's already here. And then you got to get in harmony with it. Woo! You attract it. You can only attract what you're in harmony with. You got a good mix in your personality for what you're doing. I hope you know that. It's really a good mix. Now, how do I know that about him? Well, you see, this is not Jason. This is Jason's body. And Jason's body is a mass of molecules. There's enough potential energy in the hydrogen atoms of this body to light up a small country for nearly a week if we could utilize them properly. There's nothing but a mass of energy sitting here. This isn't Jason, it's his body. Now, the way Jason operates controls the vibration he's in. And this vibration, it'll cast off energy. You can actually photograph it. You can feel it. And you can know what Jason's like. You've been given a mental faculty to do that. You've been given it. You really have. I learned how to use mine. Here's what you want to know. If you see me do something, you can take it to the bank, you can do it. You know, I just glanced down here at you, and you will confuse people like to no end. You know the part of him I said there was a little bit of him that's very sensitive? A whole lot of you that's very sensitive. You're a lover. But every now and then, bang, that tough side comes in. She's got just enough of left brain to really drive you crazy. Probably bothers you too at times. Yeah. You're the polar opposite to him, pardon?
Yes, I'm working on it.
You're working, well, you don't work on it, you just understand it.
Right.
You don't want to change it. My goodness, I can tell you all good things about it. You know, don't focus on what's wrong with you. Look at the other side of it. You know that part of you, Jason, says, do it, don't do it, do it, don't do it. Stop doing that. If you didn't do it, you didn't do it. Forget it. You know, you'll see something, I should have bought that shirt. I should have bought it. You didn't buy the shirt, forget it. Or when you buy it, you shouldn't have bought it. You don't need it. Get out of here. You just treat it like somebody inside and tell them, get the hell out. Just make a decision. Quit arguing with yourself. What we want to do is gain an understanding of who we are and how we function. And really understand we have infinite potential. You're sort of an interesting guy. You know that guy I was talking to over there, and I was telling him about what he was like?
Yeah.
I was saying where he's dominantly left brain guy. You're dominantly right brain, but you have that left brain too. You got a very shy, sensitive side, do you? You just assumed I was talking to somebody else right now. I know what's going on in your mind, David. And you got a conflict going on frequently, don't you? Because you are very impulsive and you're super sensitive. My God, your feelings are like that, you're hurt. But you have a tendency to suppress stuff. You don't express it too quickly. Because you do have that left brain side that kicks in. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Isn't it strange I'd know this about you? Man, you got just a ton of conflicts going on in there from time to time. Because there's a side of you that is very high energy and just goes like that. And the other side's very organized. You've got a phenomenal fix, or a phenomenal personality to do anything management that's creative. What do you do?
Designer.
You're a designer. Do you run a department?
I run an interior design studio.
You run the interior design studio. Isn't that strange? I would hire him in a heartbeat to do that, because that's what your personality fits. You're organized, but you're extremely creative. Now, you got a lot of people in that studio that aren't very organized at all, but man, are they creative. You've got those too, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. You guess.
I only have one.
You only have one.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that person very organized?
No.
Not very organized. Yeah. He probably wonders, how come you're so organized? Because you're both very creative. Yeah. And you can pick up people's energy just like that. Hi. How are you? Do I know you real well? We've never met before today. You have a quiet, shy side to you. You do. Why would I know that? You have another side of you that's very analytical. You have conflicts going on in your mind frequently. There's a part of you that's very impulsive. Do this, but there's another part of you that's very analytical. Say, wait a minute, Dan shouldn't do that. So you got do it, don't do it going on frequently. I don't know what you do, but I know what you'd be good at. You'd be good in management and anything that's creative, because you're very creative. You know that shy side of you? It's also very sensitive. You'll pick up people's energy. You'll sense them. You'll sense they're upset, or you'll sense they feel good about something. Then there's another side of you that's very analytical. It's very determined. It's the polar opposite to that sensitive side of you. What do? You run a Lexus dealership in Cincinnati. You run it. Yeah, 78 employees. And when some of those employees are disturbed about something, you feel it, don't you? Yeah, you do. Isn't it funny I'd know that? You see, Dan's got a ray of energy around his body. His body is massive energy. It's just a massive energy in a high speed of vibration. And it casts off a ray of energy. And do you know you've got a mental faculty that can pick that up? He's got a very shy side to him. Very sensitive side. But not all the time. There'll be times, Dan, when you're in a social situation and just, whoo, something moves into your head and you'll just feel totally out of place there. You may feel like you may just go to the washroom, sit in the toilet by yourself for a little bit. And then, oh yeah, no, he'll do that. And then that'll pass and you come back out and everything's cool. That happens, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Say, God, he's the guy that has the dealership. He's the boss. Why would he be like that? Because that's the way he's made. That's the way he's programmed. And do you know where all this comes from? This comes from generation after generation program. That's your genetic nature. And if you don't like it, you can change it. What you should do is really like it because you've got awesome potential. You could do, in fact, you may have had a difficult time deciding what to do because you're very good at a whole lot of things that are totally unrelated. You probably got the people in the dealership a little screwed up. They can't figure how much you're so good at this and then you're so good at that. And they're not the same at all. They're totally unrelated. That puzzles them, doesn't it? Yeah. Why would I know all this? You'd think that I'd been talking to his mother. You see? Well, let me tell you something. You have mental faculties, we call them intellectual factors, that are absolutely incredible. We've never been taught we've got them, let alone how to develop them. Your intuitive factor is something that enables you to deal with the universe. Tune right in with the universe. Vibration's a law of the universe. I'm just reading his energy. It was like I was reading a book. I don't have to wonder whether I was right. I know damn well I was right. He was wondering, well, how do you know this? You see, his analytical side was getting, the guy's right in the money. How the hell does he know all this? You see? Well, you can do it. If you see me do it, you can do it. See, that's the beautiful truth. Anything you see someone else do, you can do.
Check us out at ProctorGallagherInstitute.com for tips, tools, and resources.